Welcome to ESI Africa Insights. For this episode, I am speaking with Satyajit Dwivedi, who is with the SAS Institute in India. We'll be talking about some smart solutions. Welcome, Satyajit.
Thank you so much.
So I'd like to start off with what are the benefits of smart grid implementation, especially in terms of improving operational efficiency and grid reliability? That's a lot in that question.
Yeah, that's a lot in that question. But yeah, I mean, smart grid solutions built on the infrastructure that gets created with the deployment of smart meters and integration of the SCADA systems in the whole network, whether it is transmission or distribution or generation side. So when you look at the whole network, once it gets integrated, it's a lot of data that comes into the system. And smart grid solutions actually use that data to provide intelligence across various applications. And that applications could range from peak load management. Demand management is a very, very fundamental need of transmission and distribution. And when you say demand management, I consider management is not only to measure, but management is to measure and forecast correctly. And therefore, demand forecasting becomes extremely critical to identify the peaks that are there in the network. And both from planning point of view, as well as control point of view, as well as tariffing and demand response management point of view. These solutions, depend on accurate peak forecasting. And that's what is one of the biggest component of reliability, grid reliability. And the second is obviously this is from the demand side, but there's also supply side that one needs to look at, because ultimately you need to have the supply demand balancing. So from a supply side point of view, when you look at generation availability, that's where you need to have your fleet readiness, both the rotating equipment and static equipment. And big data, AI kind of solutions really improve the fleet readiness by predicting failures, by predicting anomalies and process upsets. And these are some things which really ensure the grid reliability improvement across the network.
Right. So let's talk a bit about how technology in real time, especially around the data and the advanced analytics, is changing the way utilities manage and respond to grid performance. I think this is an impossible task for them, especially as the grid is performing at a high capacity.
Yes, I think the grid has changed the structure from a single directional, from bi-directional to even multi-directional now, with a lot of prosumers coming in. At a consumer level, start producing. You have battery storages coming up. You have district cooling systems going there. So the grid structure has changed completely, and the important element is to manage the intelligence flowing within the network, not the power, because ultimately you need to respond to any eventuality that is coming up at a short-term, medium-term, and long-term perspective. So AI automation will become very, very critical. When your data is there, you are integrating smart meter data, you are integrating the SCADA data flowing into the system from transmission grid and distribution grid. Therefore, you have all the possibilities that you can do to understand, have situational awareness. So AI-led automation will really become the fulcrum of transformation, digital transformation in the utilities.
Right, right. And now we look at how to implement this and what are the specific challenges for utilities, and does this differ from region to region?
Yeah, it differs from region to region. If you look at Asia Pacific, smart grid has been there for almost 10, 15 years, but they've struggled to do with interoperability is one of the challenges. When you have multiple smart meters, moving the data into a single system became a challenge. There are skills related challenges which we see in Asia Pacific, which is similar to probably in Africa that we are seeing. And then there are also the capacity, investment and capacity, both from the utility side, because one point, utilities are, day to day, pressed with, supplying the power, providing consumer 24/7, keeping the lights on. Whereas these are initiatives that has to go on a parallel track. So therefore, the readiness, the plans that needs to be done, the execution, there's a lot of gap that are there. So unless and until you have a balance between investment, capacity, and the modernization programs, it becomes a little bit off in many sectors. But some sectors are in Europe and all, they are a little bit more matured. There are advancements with the electricity deregulation itself. Some which are in the path of deregulation, there are certain challenges around. Yes, there are regional imbalances, but you need to build the capacity, you need to bring in investments, and you need to put the programs in place.
Right, right. And the important thing here for utilities is that they keep ahead of the technologies that are coming into play around AI and machine learning and things like that. So,
Absolutely.
Satyajit, thank you so much for coming to the studio and sharing that with us.
Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Thank you.
And thank you for watching. Please stay tuned for the next video and have a powerful day.